And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I always do every day. And I hope you are doing well on this first full day of autumn, the first full day of fall here in the what do we call it, the northern hemisphere. So how are you guys doing? I had an amazing Monday. I was hanging out with for those that don't know, in New York City we have what's called the United Nations Week, and where all of the people come from, all the delegates and the people, I should say presidents, delegates, people from all over the world come to New York City to hang out at the United Nations, share and declare different topics. Right, today we had the orange man making a fool of himself at the United Nations this morning, which was not pretty at all, but we all know the situation with this guy. And so that was, I mean, as I'm playing with my chords here, that happened this morning with the orange man doing his thing. And it was literally a display of stupidity. It was, if you have not seen it, you probably don't want to see it, but it was absolutely an embarrassment on the world stage. People were in the audience laughing at him. Some were for him, and others just looked at him like he was, what is this? So today we're going to have an abbreviated show because I have to leave to go and get my CT scans of my internals to make sure everything is proper 6 months after surgery. So I'll be doing that today, making sure everything's fine. And so I go into that big machine. I got to drink this potion. I got to leave early, get there. And yuck, I hate that potion. That potion is not my thing. And where is, oh, there it is. There it is. I was like, my lips feel dry. And you cannot have dry lips on air. And because people will talk about you. People will talk about you. They will say, Ron, why are your lips so dry? And so, but yesterday, if you did not see my postings, I had the greatest time hanging out with the, they had what's called Unstoppable Africa at the, what we call the Marriott here in Times Square, New York City. And it was absolutely a lot of wisdom, a lot of information. I did share some of it live on my Instagram with you guys, and I do believe it is saved. So you can check that out on my Instagram. It's not on YouTube. I wanted to put it on YouTube, but I was just in the moment. So got that done. But it is live on Instagram. It is posted on Instagram. So you can check that out. Speaking of Instagram, maybe I should invite the Instagrammers into this moment right here. Hold on a second. Let me do that. And so like I said, today's going to be a short, abbreviated Tip Tuesday, and we're just going to have conversation. Let's see here. Let me look at this. And here we go. There we go. Instagrammers are almost set. Almost set, Instagrammers. You are almost set. And yeah, and then we're gonna do some greetings. And then we're just hanging out today. We're just hanging out. I'm gonna share some photos from yesterday. And man, what a great day. I had an awesome time. Is that beeping in the city? Beeping. There's always all kinds of sounds in New York City. And yeah, so that's happening. And then the great news. Jimmy Kimmel is back, y'all. Jimmy Kimmel is back on the air. I happen to be a Jimmy Kimmel fan. I love the Jimmy Kimmel show. I don't look at the whole show, but I do I love his monologues, and I love his questions and surveys of the people. And so that's always a blessing to see. Hold on a second. Paul, You can hang him up in the closet. Okay. So my buddy Paul is here staying with me for the week. And I am so happy. And thanks to Paul. Paul is Paul is who I'll be staying with in Namibia, and one of my best friends. And so he has some status in Namibia. And so he invited me to the Namibian festivities yesterday. One was the presidential dinner and event, and it was so cool. I got to meet so many people. And I have to tell you, I feel like everything is aligning. Everything is aligning in this big move. And I got to meet so many Namibians that live here in New York City. And some of them are either going back to Namibia, or they go between both countries like I'm planning to do. And it was really good. I got to see the president of Namibia, got to hang out in the same room, the same space. And that was awesome. I mean, how often do you get to hang out with the president of a country? I mean, hello. That was great. And then well, also the I think the I don't know if they call it, the vice president was there as well. There was a full delegation from Namibia was there. My buddy's over here. Oh, Paul, you're more than welcome to come on. You want to say hello to some folks? Okay. So we also, and so we got there early for a conversation with Eric Roberts, and that was really nice. I mean, we got to talk about Namibia, filmmaking in Namibia, what it's like to do film in Namibia. We also talked about what's the structure or the ecosystem that is needed to do film production in Namibia. And I mentioned to Eric that I was a photographer. He liked the way I dressed yesterday. He was like, "Oh, you're sharp." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then it was just a great interaction with him. I think I have to show some of the photos in case you have not seen the Instagram page. Oh, this is my buddy. This is my buddy Paul.
Hi, everyone.
That's my buddy Paul, and so he's here and from Namibia. Okay, let me get this on the screen here, full screen, and I'm going to go to my page. One, I'm going to share two things today. A couple of I posted 3 items, and so here we go. Let's share some. There's a photography share, and oh wait, I forgot to say good morning to folks. Hello, what's going on, Ron? You just got rushing out the gate. First of all, good morning. The gold medal goes to good morning, Ron. Hannah. Hannah Miller says, good morning, Ron and Touch Base Daily family. Coming in for the silver is Kelly Ye. She says, good morning, everyone. And after Kelly Ye is Jazzy Jazz. She says, good morning, beautiful people. Jazzy Jazz is in the building. And make sure if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes, because that's how the algorithms know that you're here. Okay, and Kimmy Kim is in the building. She says, morning, everyone. And so I have my crew. Hey, Mr. Bryson's in the building. He says, what's up, Ron? What's up, everybody? Happy Superman Tuesday, aka New Releases Tuesday. So here we are. Now I'm trying to make sure that my I guess Tom will be here at some point. My broker is supposed to deliver my keys, so that Paul can have the keys to the house. But yeah, so again, let me share with you some and give you some stories behind here. Let's see here. Let's see the share. Okay, so first of all, you are going to see obviously my Instagram page. And this was the president hanging out with the president of Namibia. And let me see. So she is the first woman president of Namibia. This is Madam President Natembo Nandi. And so she is the president of Namibia, and with the full delegation there. And that was absolutely wonderful. So we got there early. Again, we were hanging out with Eric, doing the film stuff. Then after that, we just hung out. And then we went to, they had what was called the Unstoppable Africa. And they had so many people that were guest speakers from the diaspora of Africans who are in America, Africans in Africa, the continent, Africans in Europe, Africans. I always like to say, when I'm in those circles, I very rarely ever say African Americans. I very rarely say it. I just say Africans, because we're all Africans, whether we live in the Caribbean, whether we live in America, whether we live in Europe, whether we live in China, whether we live in South America, whether we live in Antarctica, whether we live all different places around the globe. Africans. We are Africans. And so it was really nice to see all of the Africans together from all parts of the world. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. The place was packed. Great conversation. And let me see if I'm gonna get that up for you guys. And this was a event that was, I'll show you this one. Hold on. And here we go. This is in play here. Oh, wait, what happened? Wait, I lost that one. Hold on a second. My bad. I'm on the wrong page. let me change that. Let me stop that one. Hold on a second. I got a little mixed up there. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. So here we are. So this was yesterday. And again, this was all about the business climate on the continent of Africa, and how Africans can unite and create an amazing economies by uniting together. And then they have filmmakers. They had a model. They had some music folks there. It was absolutely great. So this was in, and then you had Mr. What's this? This is
I absolutely agree with what you said about.
And then it goes on. But it was a great conversation. And then obviously we go back.
Welcome to a
Wrong one. And then this was me hanging out with Mr. Eric at the presidential dinner. He also spoke at the presidential dinner briefly about the economy and film. And we had so much fun. This guy is so much fun. And is this playing? Let me see if this is playing. It's not playing. So do that. Okay, there we go. So there we go. We're just hanging out. Let me see how this. There it is. And it's moving. So we were playing and we were hanging out, playing game. I mean, he was just so much fun as I was doing selfies. He had his hands over my eyes and everything. We had a good time. It was a good day at the Marriott Hotel here in New York City, and connecting with so many amazing people. And I'm so thankful for Paul, who one of my closest friends in the world, and he was able to invite me to these events and also send me links to sign up for this stuff that was happening. And it was lots of fun. So there you have it. A great day here in New York City. Again, this is United Nations Week. So if you're coming to New York City, make sure you come with patience because traffic is crazy on the east side, pretty much all throughout Manhattan. There's cars everywhere because there's people literally, there are delegations from all over the world here this week in New York City. And the full police department is fully on display everywhere. There's police officers everywhere, and with good reason. Bryson, Bryson comes with the Bryson, you're late. I already said this, but you know what? I'll give Bryson his star. He says some good news. Jimmy Kimmel Live is back. He's coming back on your airwaves tonight. Yes. And speaking of that, I have a question for you guys. I know. Do you think people are going to go back and open up their accounts because Kimmel is back? Do you think that people are going to say, you know what, I canceled my Disney, but I'm going to now, since they brought Kimmel back, I'm going to open up my account again, or apply for the app? Hannah says, nope, I agree. Hannah says, nope, I agree. I don't think people are coming back. I think Disney displayed their hand and no one is coming back. As a matter of fact, I think people are still going to leave Disney. They are going to look at Kimmel on ABC probably, but they lost billions of dollars over the weekend just because of their stupidity. Not good. Bryson says, or they canceled their Disney subscriptions. Yes, they did. They certainly did. Kelly A says, nope. She agrees. I agree. I don't think people are coming back. Maybe one or two may be coming back. But also, I see Anthony Rowland says, some might. What's up? Omar's in the building. I never cancel my subscriptions. Well, my subscriptions are canceled and they're not coming back. I'm not going back. Kelly says, I saw that. Jazzy, that's crazy. What did Jazzy say? Oh, Jazzy says St. Clair Broadcasting Group decided not to air Jimmy Kimmel in certain local markets, including Washington, D.C. Again, now who's up with? Again, this is interrupting free speech. Free speech. If Kimmel is on air, don't you think you have enough confidence in the viewers that if they don't want to see Jimmy Kimmel, they will just turn the channel? They'll just cut the TV off. But you are depriving people of their free rights to see television. Free speech is the very basis of the Constitution. Yes. What is going on? But so St. Clair is part of Disney, right? So I don't see a lot of people going back to Disney. And I still think a lot of people are going to be canceling their subscriptions. And I do believe, like they saw this weekend, people are going to cancel their vacations. There were people that canceled their vacations to Disneyland, Disney World. Like I said, they lost several $1 billion just over the weekend. That's something to talk about. That's something, as they say. And if they got YouTube TV, if they got, I wonder if that's going to be seen on YouTube TV. I guess it would be because it's ABC. It's not St. Clair. St. Clair is those little smalls, and I should say small, but different parts of the country. Hey, Aya's in the building. She says, grand rising, Ron, and everyone. So good to see you. Rosemary's in the building. Rosemary says, Trump just stood before the UN and said their countries are all going to hell. He and he is an embarrassment and a cancerous stain on our nation. Woo, Rosemary. I watched some of that UN because I'm that guy. And it was hard. It was like looking at a train wreck. It was horrible. I'm the greatest president that ever lived. I am the greatest president in the world history. Who says that about themselves? Someone needs a slice of humble pie. Someone needs a slice of humble pie. Unreal. I mean, declaring that he is this and he is that he is the man, he is in control. Yes. I see Omar says, hey, Hannah, control freaks. Yeah. Jazzy says, people need to pay attention to who owns local stations because that's where the propaganda comes in. Exactly. Propaganda. I heard, I don't even know if I have that footage, but there is new advertisements around or marketing going around with all of the same marketing like they had in Nazi Germany, right? With all, make America great, and all the people on these posters are white men, not even white women. They just got white men. There's a whole campaign going on. Has anyone seen that? Maybe I can just Google it. Let me see. Marketing campaign, propaganda. I gotta look this up in action. Propaganda and ads from Trump. Is that a plane? Is that a plane? I thought it was a plane. That sounds very good. Ads from Trump. Nationwide. Let's see what comes up. Let's see if it comes up. No, that's not it. Okay, it doesn't come up. Okay, but yeah, I saw some on Instagram that was shared, and it shows them the white guy with the oil tankers, the oil fields behind them, and the white guy doing engineering, the white guy doing this, just like Nazi Germany. The marketing is pretty much the same. If y'all don't think these people are getting their cues from Germany, than Nazi Germany, y'all are mistaken. Same thing with Steve Miller's speech. Steve Miller's speech yesterday. I'm sorry, Steve Miller's speech at the CK Memorial. They have done comparisons of his speech to a speech that was given during the Nazi Germany. Yes. So it's I mean, if you don't think they're taking these notes, their cues, should I say the cues, are from a place of a bad place in the past. Speaking of Nazi Germany, hold on a second. Hold on. Hey, sorry for leaving my desk. I had to lock the door. Okay, so I mean, I don't know if you guys are noticing all that stuff, but I see here Jazzy's on point here today. Jazzy says, no, St. Clair is not a part of Disney. St. Clair it's his own, it's its own conglomerate group. Oh, thank you for that correction. Jazzy says it's not part of Disney. St. Clair has its own conglomerate group. Yes, thank you, Jazzy, for that correction. And Bryson says, and some people cancel their Disney cruises and vacations. Yes, I saw that. I saw that in the news on this weekend. Rosemary says, misery wants company, so we're not allowed to laugh at the clown show. Well, yes, what's up? Rosemary is on fire today, too. She said, it's a clown show, y'all. It's a clown show. What an embarrassment. United Nations, the United Nations Week here in New York City happens every year. Every year. My ex used to work the UN, and it was tough stuff, long hours. But when you look at the speeches that are being spoken at the UN, sorry, the sirens, New York City, it will not be missed. When you think about the speeches that are made on the floor or from the podium of the United Nations, it's in regards to world affairs. It's to bring attention to global matters. It's to bring attention to events that are happening. I'm not sure what's going on outside. Sorry about the noise. It's about bringing highlights to things that are important. This fool, I sorry I had to say it that way. This orange fool stood before the United Nations and did nothing but praise himself. Praised himself. All he did was praise himself. I ended 7 wars. Lies. I had the greatest economy in world history. Lies. Omar, he's insane. Omar says he's insane. I agree. And Rosemary says she's sending hugs to everyone. Hugs to everyone. We need hugs. We need lots of hugs. We need hugs. Anthony Rowland says more like strain on the underwear of America. The stain on the underwear of America. Poop stain. He is horrible. I don't understand how people like this man. But the MAGA folks, the hardcore Trumpsters, they love him. They see nothing wrong with this. This man is insane. Who goes on the global world stage? The UN is the global world stage, meaning you should know your audience, read the room. It's about talking about world matters, like climate change. It affects the whole world. But no, he doesn't believe in that, so they can't talk about that. Hunger, famines that are around the world. That's what you talk about at the UN. How do we, as the countries around the world, solve world hunger? Here's another subject, right? Conflicts. There are wars and conflicts around the globe. How can we, as the body of the United Nations, resolve together to stop these wars globally? That's the purpose of the United Nations. You have not seen any of these countries talk about themselves. on the global stage. Again, read the room. Know where you are. This man is an embarrassment. Oh. Jazzy says about St. Clair, yes, St. Clair has specific hits that all the local stations had to do. Rah. And Jazzy says, that's why I think it's very important that people understand the difference between national and local owned stations. Let's see here. Jazzy also says Steve Miller's speech had direct quotes from the speech called The Firestorm, spoken in Nazi Germany. That's right. That's why I'm saying Jazzy Jazz. You know, Jazzy Jazz, you know we all stay on the same page. Omar said, Ron has a guest from Nazi. No, I don't have a guest from Nazi Germany. My guest is from Namibia. Speaking of this, I learned this last year, or maybe 2 years ago. Do you know before I know I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying the word Nazi online, but I don't understand how come you can't speak the truth. It's part of history. It's part of history. Germany, before they did their horror upon the Jews of Germany during that period, do you know where the testing ground was? Do you know where the testing ground was? Do you know what country was affected greatly by the testing of what they were going to do in Germany later? Namibia. They extinguished so many lives, thousands of lives in Namibia. Testing on the people of Namibia, the Africans of Namibia, on how they could be brutal in Germany during that reign of terror. Do you know Namibia was the testing ground? And hundreds, if not I do believe thousands of Namibian people were slaughtered as test subjects. The gas chamber and all the other stuff, that was all done in Namibia before it reached Germany. So the terror is not just the Jewish people that suffered the terror. It was tested on others first, then others, meaning Africans, in the great nation of Namibia. Look it up. Look it up. Go to your Google machines. It's something that's some homework for you to do today. Rosemary says, this morning here in Texas, a white dude was jogging with a whole wooden cross on his back, running past the elementary school while children were getting dropped off. Only in Texas. Yeah, Texas is a special place. I wanted to take, Rosemary says, I wanted to take a photo of this idiot, but I was driving in school zone. Bryson says they're going to have to go Universal Studios, Hollywood, or Florida, or SeaWorld in regards to Disney. Rosemary says, hello, everyone, by the way. We got you. You said hello in the beginning. Jazzy says, people need to wake up to what is happening. It's crazy. It's it's ugly out there in these streets. DT is the laughing stock of the world. They're laughing. They show cameras on the cameras at the UN. Some people are they were giggling. This guy is crazy. He is so embarrassing. Yes, Lisa. Bryson says, Jazzy, they're not going to wake up. That's for sure. Lisa says, Acetaminophen Presser is the funniest. He is so dumb. Yes, he could just simply, his writers could just simply said Tylenol. I mean, hello. They align with his hateful and mediocre mindset. Rosemary says, was the guy that came on and said, we can do this the easy way or hard way from St. Clair? No, I don't know. I do believe it was the guy from the FCC. I think that was the gentleman from, I don't know, I would say gentleman. That was the guy from the FCC, I do believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe that was from the FCC. Lisa says, I can't even see Omar's comments. They might have censored it. Right? No, I don't think so. Omar's comment's there. You can see Omar's comment. I think. He only had one question. Omar only had one question. Hey, Chris R is in the building. What's going on, Chris R? Maybe the writers are setting him up for failure. No, they're not. He was winging it. This man was winging it. Anytime he starts drifting and goes, it was bigly and all the, he gets like, he starts saying these childlike words. He is winging it. The man he does not even read the script. They write and he doesn't even read. Was a photo of him eating spaghetti AI because he looks like a 5-year-old. I don't know. I haven't seen that one yet. And Lisa says, Rosemary says, I love a good winging it segment. Oh, because he doesn't care, says Kelly A. Okay, so that's what's going on. We have Jimmy Kimmel is back. So I do believe Don. I was thinking about doing a live tonight, but we'll be doing a live tomorrow night. So I'm like, you know what? I'll leave it alone. But wait, what's today? What's today? Today's Tuesday. All right, today's Tuesday. So however, Don Lemon is probably going to have a watch party tonight. So I'll probably join in with the Don Lemon show, Lemon Nation. So probably be there. And because now we're going to have to see what Jimmy Kimmel does. Now, did they bring him back with some guidelines? Or is he going to be free to speak his mind? Now, there are some people that said he shouldn't have came back. Some people said he should have just started his own thing and sued them. But they offered him his slot back. So we'll see what's going to happen. I will be watching. I want to see in real time what Jimmy Kimmel is going to say. D Tuggle's in the building. What's up, D? Mr. DT is in the building. And let's see here. Elimination. That's right. I am part of the elimination, y'all. Y'all know I am. My quotes pop up on the screen all the time. As I'm writing, as I'm putting stuff in there, there's Ron. And I had the great opportunity this year to meet Don Lemon. And also, we did a selfie together, and we did a quick video that went on to his show the day after. So it was pretty fun. It was really fun. And Don Lemon is a really, what you see is what you get. That's what I love about Don Lemon. What you see is what you get. And so I'll be probably over there this evening checking it out. It's always fun to watch these things with others. Yeah, today is Tuesday, Bryson. Today is Tuesday. Let's see here. I like that he is back. It made a point. Yes, right. Let me keep that on. Let me keep that on the board. What was the greatest point made by them bringing Jimmy Kimmel back? What was the greatest point? Somebody, let's have a moment. What was learned during the Jimmy Kimmel crisis? What was learned, or hopefully learned? What was learned by the American people, if they did learn it? What was learned during this, 5-day stretch? Kimmy Kim says, here we go. Kimmy Kim says, for me, it showed the power the people have. That it showed the people have power. Can we all text that together? Since we can't say it together, can we text it? The people, the power is with the people. That's what it is. The power is with the people. The power is with the people. Come on, y'all. People went to the streets. Yes, they had their Jimmy Kimmel banners, but you know what they had? You know what? When they had the march here in New York City on Sunday, do you know what the banners were saying? Free speech. Free speech. The very basics of our Constitution. Constitution, the first thing in our Constitution. Free speech. Free speech. And the power of the people. People. All of these networks, all of the branding, all of the companies, all of the people that have corporations, when you buy their product, you are voting for what they believe in. When you vote, when you buy, your dollars is a yes or the lack of the dollar, a no to what these companies believe in. That's why I don't go to Chick-fil-A's, because they are bigoted. Don't go there. I don't go there. I will not buy anything from Chick-fil-A because of what they stand for. They don't believe in equality. Any company, and I'm learning, it took me a long time in my life to learn the power of your dollar, your wallet. You have the power. We have the power. The greatest, literally, Hollywood, there was a petition that there were people in Hollywood. There was a long list of them that was listed yesterday or 2 days ago. And they said, we will not work with Disney. They were canceling their events with Disney. Movies. They were like, this is a road. This is a brick. This is a pathway too far. Freedom of speech is the essence of the Constitution. Freedom of the press, freedom to say what you need to say, freedom, even when people don't like it. We don't like what they say. We don't like what the bigots say. We don't like it, but guess what? Freedom of speech. That is America, the Constitution as it stands today. And people got upset about freedom of speech. They went to the streets all across the country, big rallies in big cities, small places. They came out, responded. And then on top of that, they voted with their dollars. They voted with their dollars. They said, oh, Disney, you want to act up? We are canceling Hulu. We're canceling ESPN. We're canceling Disney. We're canceling our vacation. We're canceling the cruise ship. We're canceling. We're not going to Disneyland. We're not going to Disney World. And over the weekend, they were, let me just answer the doorbell. They were able, the dollars, Disney lost billions, not millions, billions, because the people said so. And that's the way you operate in these conditions. You want companies to cooperate, you vote with your dollars. Look at Target. Target is suffering. Target is suffering, and they will never recover, because guess what? People are not going back to Target. They're not. Anyways, I was so excited about the people of America. There's hope. Hold on a second. My broker's here. I'll be right back. Thank you so much. He was like, they said, oh, Tom. So no problem. He'll be here until the floor, so I'm sure we'll be in the private. Have a good one. I had a key drop off. Okay, but isn't that the truth, y'all? Isn't that the truth? Look, Derek says they lost $3.8 billion in 5 days. That's a lot of money. Derek also says SAG, AFTRA, AFTRA, and the Writers Guild was out in force again. People were not having it. Freedom of speech. Maybe that was the tipping tone. Maybe that was the tipping stone. Maybe people are now going to wake up. I don't know why it's so noisy today in this neighborhood. I don't know why, but it is. The power is with the people, Hannah. What did Adrian? Adrian says, Adrian said, power to the people. Kimmy Kim says, every win has to be celebrated. That's right. Celebrate the wins, y'all. Celebrate the wins. Rosemary says, I have to be careful what I say there with Don. Very large audience. You know, the eye in the sky are watching. Boycott is the name of the game. Lisa says, so what can we do to force Sinclair's hand? Well, those people that live in those areas, they can stop watching. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off, says Don Lemon, quoting him. Turn the TV off. Because guess what? Sinclair needs viewers. If the people don't view, advertisers can't advertise. And advertisers are not paying Sinclair money if there's no viewerships, if the viewers turn off the TV, St. Clair got to get their act together too. The power is with the people. The power is with the people. Oh, okay. That we still have power to turn things around. We still have power. We still can turn things around. And you know, the midterm elections is coming along. There's only but so much these people can do in manipulating. But guess what? Even with the gerrymandering, if their folks turn around and say, "Oh, this is too far," it won't matter. The gerrymandering won't matter because the power is with the people. The power is with the people. Oh, man, this is good. This is good. Lisa says, to me, it's a half win because of St. Clair can still hold the show. In many markets, our work is not done. Yes, our work is not done yet. But guess what? If more Americans talk and say St. Clair, we're turning the TV off. We're not watching. Rosemary said, Chick-fil-A is fake, being closed on Sunday, yet hateful as all hell. I know, right? Closed on Sunday, but hate for the rest of the week. Others that are not like themselves. DWTS is on Disney with all those celebrity dancings. Yes, what? Dancing with the Stars. And conflict of interest. I'll go to Burger King. I don't eat any of this stuff, but I'll go to Burger King or Wendy's, says Bryson. Lisa says, every time I had a Chick-fil-A, my stomach hurt. There is something not right in that chicken. People love Chick-fil-A, but I don't support it. I don't support them. We have one right here down 2 blocks from the house, 3 blocks from the house. Nope. I will not support it. Will not. Target is the new Kmart. You better believe it. Going in extinction. You see all the sales. They're in trouble. Target is in trouble. And what's going to really hit them is the school season, right? It's school season. All the stuff that people get from Target. And those sales are down, y'all. This is another reason I feel the election was tampered with, because the numbers don't match. We know something went wrong. But the power is still with the people. Never going back to Target, says Hannah. Where's the mute button? I know. Omar says, where's Chris with the commercial break? It says, last time I ate Chick-fil-A was in 2020 and got so sick. No more Chick-fil-A for me. Really? You guys have had some bad experiences with Chick-fil-A. I didn't know that. I've never had I had a Chick-fil-A once. How was that? When they first opened in Manhattan, they ordered some of them for our job, and I think I had a burger. I think I want to say I had something. I don't know if I had it or not. I can't remember. I just know it was in the building. Kimmy Kim says, wait till they see the health insurance changes. Oh, wait till they see that. Kimmy Kim says, open enrollment info about to start in health insurance. Yes, and those new premiums are going to be shocking. Rosemary says, turn it off. They're starting to advertise with independents. Rosemary says, turn it off. And like Don and Rosemary says, she says he likes Don and Ron. We had a good time. Lisa says, so that message needs to be put out then. Let the people know. Don't watch. We can't assume folks know the plan. Exactly. That's why you share what we talk about here. That's why when you are, that's why the community has to share this information. I'm in Don Lemon's community. I'm in Joy Reed's community. I'm in the Midas Touch community. And you better believe it. I share everything that goes on in the community. Because why? I'm a part of the community. If you are a part of the community, it is up to you to share that information that's being put out. Just saying. Just saying. Kimmy Kim says these states better get their checks and balances extra tight for the mid-elections on the votes. Feds not going doing appropriate checks. Adrian says he likes Chick-fil-A. That's what we disagree. Adrian and I don't disagree on much, but we disagree on some things. But this is one of them. There's no way I'm supporting Chick-fil-A. Bryson says, we're less than 59 days until Election Day. Woo! That's right. I'll definitely go to Walmart. And Walmart was on the list to boycott too, because Walmart is not too far behind Target. Lisa Seeley says, yes, most premiums will be starting at $200 more a month. So many people will be uninsured. Agent says, I just reached out to my company's head of Africa and said, find me a job on the continent. Bro. Look, hopefully you could come hang and visit with me in Namibia. Anything's possible. But anyway, okay, that's it, y'all. That's the end. I'm going to give you some hours. There we go. Make sure you sign up for the email list today. I definitely have an email coming out because it is the autumn. We're going to celebrate autumn. So I will have an email out to you guys by Friday. So make sure you're on the email list so that we can stay in contact with you outside of the apps, outside of cyberspace. Also, if you're looking for an event photographer, I am an event photographer. That's what I do. And so reach out. I can photograph your corporate event or your family event or friendship event, whatever events it is, and you want to preserve the memories, that's what I do. Also, a big thank you to the Patreon members. I love you. Your support helps us create amazing content. Without the Patreon community, we would not be here because they keep the lights on. Yes, every dollar matters. So if you want to join the Patreon community, go to patreon.com and go to patreon.com/Ron Lewis Photos. Also, you're invited to join our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe, and share. Make sure you share, y'all. Make sure you share what goes on here because we're here for you. I'm here for you. The team is here for you. Yes, we do have a team. Gwendolyn and Elise and Chris and Jazzy, all the folks here. And okay, so we will have that. So anyway, I need to get to the doctor's office. Pray for that. Everything is working. Everything is working. Seems like everything's working. Last week I did my blood test for my 6 months and my 3 months. So no sign of cancer anywhere. So that's still good. And so today is the CT scan. Ooh, you gotta take that potion. So I am going to get out of here and get to the city right now. And so keep me in your prayers. And I will see you guys on tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a special. We'll have Dr. Tachi, and she and I, and whoever wants to join in, we'll be talking about media. So tomorrow is a media. We'll still be doing our water cooler talk, but it will be definitely have Dr. Tachi as our guest. She will be my co-anchor tomorrow. And so that's going to be great. Okay, guys, enjoy the day. Have a wonderful Tuesday. My tip for you today on this Tip Tuesday, know your power. Power is with the people. We the people. We the people. Have a great day. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.